All right, folks, we are back with our main event match here coming up right now, and we just learned that Shawn Michaels will accept Mike Torito's challenge for the Rumble. The 30th spot will be on the line. Mike Torito will put his 30th spot up against Shawn Michaels one-on-one at the Rumble. Shawn Michaels wins, he gets the 30th spot. If Mike Torito wins, he keeps his 30th spot. But Mike Torito said he's so confident he can beat Shawn Michaels, he's going to put it on the line.
From the province of Quebec, the Hitman.
And here comes the Avenger, Jack Canada, our SWF champion, entering without our belt because SmackDown vs. Raw in 2006 will let you enter the ring with your friggin' custom belt because they're like that at this particular game. But Jack Canada will put that title on the line against the #1 contender, Max Blaze, in a 2 out of 3 falls match. It's all by the rules. It's 2 out of 3 falls by the rules. There's no Hell in a Cell. There's no last man. None of that. It's a straight up by the rules match. Whoever scores 2 pinfalls first is SWF champion. Either Jack Canada retains or Max Blaze gets back on top of the world at the Rumble. And we know that whoever wins that match pretty much has the highway to Story Mania 15's main event. We'll expect to take on the challenger, unless, of course, the challenger takes on the World Heavyweight Championship, which in this case, the World Heavyweight Championship at the Rumble is on the line against Vic Rourke. Violent Vic Rourke, the former Extreme Eliminator for years in the SWF. Vic Rourke and Eric Swagert were tag team champions. They were dominant tag team champions. Probably the most dominant COD champions, other than the current champions, the Bad Boy, Core 2 Gangsta, and Bud Corona. But Vic Rourke has said he wants to challenge Eric Swagert. Says he's jealous that Eric Swagert has the opportunity to go to Story Mania 15 with the World Heavyweight Championship and not him. And Vic Rourke will just not have that. So Vic Rourke is back. He is no longer a member of the Kingdom of Burke, but he is here. And at the Rumble, he will attempt to take the World Heavyweight Championship belt off of Eric Swagert's waist and put it around his own. And go on to Story Mania 15 to be a first-time world champion and in his first Story Mania main event. And Vic Rourke has accepted the fact that Eric Swagert won his first world title and numerous world titles after that before him. But again, it's not going to have him go to Story Mania 15 or any Story Mania before him selfishly. And Eric Swagert has accepted his challenge and will put the World Heavyweight Championship on the line against Vic Rourke, but said to give Violent Vic Rourke a fighting chance. He's going to make it a street fight because he knows that Vic Rourke cannot wrestle technically. So this is going to be a street fight. No damn rules, folks. Street fight, street brawl, Extreme Eliminator, Eric Swagert versus Extreme Eliminator, Vic Rourke. Mano a mano for the World Heavyweight Championship at the Rumble, folks.
You see,
and the SWF Championship is on the line. And this man's the #1 contender right here, folks. He hasn't been champion since May 19th, 2008. And he is coming into the Rumble ready to rumble and win back the SWF Championship. He has not been a major champion since May 19th, 2008, as I just said. And he's looking to come out and win that back. 2 out of 3 falls here. Story Mania 12 in the Iron Man match, which was 30 minutes. Max Blaze scored the first fall, but Jack Canada scored the next 2 and went on to win 4 to 3. The question right now is, can Max Blaze, even if he does win the first match or the first fall at the Rumble, can he win one of the next 2? Given the fact that Jack Canada is the submission wrestler, it's guaranteed Max will tap out to the sharpshooter in the Rumble, and will tap out to the sharpshooter tonight. That the submission moves of Jack Canada will wear down the knees of Max Blaze, and Max Blaze will not be able to win at the Rumble and take back the title here. But here is Eric Swagert, the world champion, Jack Canada, the SWF champion. They're going to start this match off here as they look around the ring a little bit. Eric Swagert here, a little bit concerned about where the ref is, I think. Canada looking at the ref a little bit too here. Both these men are our major champions in the SWF. World champion Eric Swagert in blue, SWF champion Jack Canada, white pants, red boots. And quick kick out by Jack Canada. Eric Swagert taking charge of this match early on here, but a big clothesline takes down Max Blaze, and Eric Swagert misses there. Canada now elbow. Max Blaze is going to get himself some right here. Max Blaze is going to get himself some. And remember, Max Blaze gets disqualified at the Rumble. That's a disqualification. A fall will go to Jack Canada. And if we remember the SWF kickoff on YouTube match between Don Madonna and Max Blaze got DQ'd in the first fall and went down 1-0. So that was Max Blaze's last 2 out of 3 match. And a nice roll up here by the world champion on the SWF champion. And a kick out by Jack Canada. And Eric Swagert here starting off in control. And Eric Swagert will defend his title in a street fight against old Extreme Eliminator Rick Rourke. And here it comes now. The clasher Eric Swagert, violent Vic Rourke, the clash of the Extreme Eliminators in a street fight. And I don't know if it's so much a jealous rage. It is a personal goal of Vic Rourke's to accomplish certain things first. And I think that he knows that Eric Swagert's won the world title before him, but he'd be damned if he does that and main event Story Mania, because it's the old adage. It's the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, type of complex where one guy goes on to become the big star, while the other guy becomes forgotten. The Miz, WWF champion, WWE champion. John Morrison, mid-carder. Maybe going to get fired from the WWE soon. I don't know. But, there's always this tag team history. There's Jeff Hardy, who becomes an I keep saying SWF, come on, WWE champion, but then goes on to, win a TNA championship. Whereas, Matt Hardy, Marty Jannetty, Jim Neidhart, John Morrison, they're all kind of falling second place to The Miz, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, and Jeff Hardy. So, I think maybe Vic Rourke understands that about Eric Swagert, that, Eric Swagert's becoming the Shawn Michaels. Oh! And Vic Rourke's trying to put a stop to that right now by beating Eric Swagert at the Rumble for the world title and going on to Story Mania and making a name for himself. But right now, Eric Swagert here, the more successful of the two career-wise. Even though, Violent Vic Rourke was the enforcer of that group, and Vic Rourke sold them out for Max Blaze's Dragon Kai, and Max Blaze taking him down right there. And Max Blaze, of course, assembled the Dragon Kai, stole Vic Rourke away from Eric Swagert's tag team, the Extreme Eliminators, got Vic Rourke to join the Dragon Kai, but shortly after Story Mania 12, Vic Rourke defected from the Dragon Kai back to the Extreme Eliminators, rejoined Eric Swagert, but later left Eric Swagert again to join the reformed Dragon Kai because he knew that the Burke was really assembling the Kingdom of Burke and ready to sell Max Blaze down the river for, causing the Dragon Kai to fail. But, we know in year 13, that Max Blaze was hurt for most of that year because of this man, Vic Rourke, was separated his shoulder by putting him through a table. And now a big clothesline by Vic Rourke. And, we know this is a big rivalry in year 13 for show. As we see Jack Canada here, the man who personally ended the Dragon Kai and has caused the downfall of the Kingdom of Burke. And we know that the Kingdom of Burke and the Dragon Kai have never been the same since. Once Jack Canada beat Max Blaze in Story Mania 12, the Dragon Kai was never the same. Once Jack Canada defeated Kingdom of Burke at the Survivor Series just recently, we know that the Kingdom of Burke has never been the same. Bonesaw's left, and all these other guys have left, and the group's just never the same. The Avenger is the heel stable killer here in the SWF.
Rope break.
And Jack Canada working those legs, and Jack Canada saying that this is exactly what he's going to do to Max Blaze, like he did at Story Mania 12, and like he's going to do at the Rumble. He's going to weaken the legs. He's going to use the holds, the submissions. He's going to break Max Blaze right down. I don't think Jack Canada is worried about losing the first fall. I think Jack Canada is pretty confident that he's going to win the next 2 falls anyways, break down Max Blaze, get the submission holds on, tap him out to the sharpshooter, and call it a day. No one expected Max Blaze to tap to the sharpshooter at Story Mania 12, but it was down to 1 minute left. It was 3-2 Max Blaze. Max Blaze tapped to the sharpshooter. Jack Canada pinned Max Blaze off a pin with bridge with 30 seconds left, and walked out the World Heavyweight Championship. And that was a World Championship match, not an SWF Championship match. So this will be the first time Max Blaze and Jack Canada meet for the SWF Championship. This last time Max Blaze won at the Story Mania as the World Champion. Jack Canada walked out World Champion. So the titles have switched, and the title holder have switched between these two going into that match. And it won't be a 30-minute Iron Man match. We know Jack Canada won 4 falls to 3 at Story Mania 12. Max Blaze has never been champion, whether it be world champion or SWF champion again. He actually, the closest Max Blaze has come to winning back a title was in year 13, following Story Mania 13. In an Elimination Chamber match, he lost to Eric Swagert at the very end, and Eric Swagert defended his title in year 13. Eric Swagert was heel then, though. He's a face now. As you see, Jack Canada's working the legs of Max Blaze here, working the legs and working the legs here, trying to break down Max Blaze. And Max Blaze might spend a lot of time in leg holds and leg submissions at the Rumble, as you just see Jack Canada working those legs. And then, the last chance Max Blaze has was at SummerSlam year 14. The stipulation, if he lost, he wouldn't get a title shot for the rest of year 14. Working the legs is Jack Canada. And, of course, The Miz got involved, cost Max Blaze the match. The Rourke retained the SWF Championship. And we know that, once again, Max Blaze, in his 2 title shots since Story Mania 12 have not gone his way. The last time he was champion, he lost to this guy right here. But, Max hit the first fall. Max led 3-2 with a minute left in that match. But Jack Canada prevailed and, caused Max Blaze in the epic showdown to epic fail with a giant DDT right there as Max Blaze. Max Blaze is going to tag in the world champion now. And the world champion, Eric Swagert, up top. But Max Blaze here going with the dragon lock here. And Max Blaze has some submission holds in his repertoire as well, with the Dragon Kudo style of wrestling, brawling, technical, and hardcore. And Max Blaze prides himself in having all the skills and ability in the SWF. But again, look like the submission clasher here, the clasher on the SWF champion, and Vic Rourke's going to quickly break that up as the world champion has just got the best of the SWF champion. And now, violent Vic Rourke here with the violent jackknife power bomb, and that's gonna connect. Max Blaze and Jack Canada on the outside here. These are both our championship main events for the Rumble here. The Rumble will be the final match at the Rumble here. But Max Blaze, Jack Canada, and Vic Rourke, Eric Swagert will be our big matches, our big title matches here. More like playoff matches to get the Story Mania 15 really here. And Eric Swagert on the outside here, helping Max Blaze out with Jack Canada. Vic Rourke on the outside. Referee counting the numbers. As soon as it gets to 10, it would be a double disqualification or a count out. And looks like Eric Swagert trying to clear the count here. The champions, both the legal men. And Eric Swagert just keeps